We play and call it work.
Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com once again with Lee in the Fungin. And there's another episode of Building of the Epic 40k table. And we've only got a little bit of changes because we've been so busy getting stuff done for other things. And you were sick for a few days too.
Yeah. Most of last week I wasn't here.
Exactly. And now with all the Age of Sigmar stuff and with our upcoming Death Watch narrative campaign, you have some other stuff on your plate as well. And so basically what we're going to do here, we're going to show you where Lee is at, which is basically done everything except gluing down stuff that'll be on the table itself. Yeah. And then you're not going to really hear from Lee for this project for a few weeks. A few being like 3 probably. Yeah. Because in the next couple of weeks you have a bunch of other stuff to get off your plate. And then you're going on vacation for a week. Yeah. Well needed and well deserved vacation.
It's going to be way too short, though.
Because apparently you're supposed to let your employees go on vacation every once in a while. Who knew? Who knew? You know, ethics and laws and all that kind of stuff. Nah. So, the main thing that you have done since last time was to redo the crane. Why don't you walk us through what you ended up doing?
So, what I did is I took the hexagon tower away. Because it used to have a hexagon tower.
Just removed it?
Just threw it out.
Because we were trying to find a way to get it higher, and you're just like, that's going to be too hard. Because it's hexagon, right?
Yeah. Because it was supposed to just be, one piece? So what I did, I made a double bastion. So 2 rows of these.
So an extended bastion, basically.
Yeah. And then, well, yeah, that's the extended, that's the double. Because this is 2 bastions.
Right.
So this is pretty much the same as the one over there.
Another basic base for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying that, but I love how you can use the bastions just as your starter Lego blocks.
Yeah.
And then everything else is your details afterwards. Does that come off?
Yes, this comes off.
And that way we can use the crane on other tables without worrying about it being too high. Yeah. And even this thing.
You can even use it on this one if you want.
Yeah, you could if we remove other stuff, or you just stick it back there. And then we also could get a bonus terrain piece with that one.
Yep.
It's pretty plain on the top because it needs to be. But you can always throw models on it, or a quad gun, or anything else that you want to do. Or
done.
That's the nice thing about modular terrain, is that there's modular ways you can use it. So
I had to lengthen the chain too.
You lengthened the chain? Why? What was wrong with it?
Because it reached down to here.
Oh, right. Because then
raised it
wouldn't actually go down to where it's intended to go. And then you mentioned added in a little pilots area.
Yeah, I realized there's no way for anyone to see what's going on, so I just took a sentinel.
Well, it theoretically could be in one of the buildings, right? Controlling it from there.
Yeah, but
you want to make it more obvious.
Yeah.
That's the sentinel head.
Yep.
It's stuck on there.
And I've got another one for the train blade.
Yeah, we've had a lot of comments and suggestions for the train blade. Yeah. In fact, why don't we talk about those? We'll spend you've seen all this already.
Nothing new on
there's nothing new on anything else, just because of all the other projects Lee's been working on. So it does delay this one a little bit, but it doesn't make this one take longer, because technically when you're not working on it, it doesn't count towards the amount of time.
Not really.
So the other question that came up was, if we were to do a second table, what would we do? What were your favorite comments on that? I'll tell you. You tell me yours, and then I'll tell you mine.
I'm pretty sure they're the same.
Probably.
Because it was the train station.
You like the train station the best?
The train hub.
What would you do for that? If you were to, and I'm not saying we're going to, because who knows about time and time. And time. So you got a 6x4 table in front of this. How would you design it?
Because some people suggested just having the tracks running through. So, 1 or 2 people mentioned having it going halfway and then having a turntable on it.
Right.
Which would be really cool. But that would be kind of not undoable, but still.
Time consuming.
Yeah, time consuming. That's the one.
And not even necessarily visually interesting.
No, because it just...
Yeah, it just turns. Big deal.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going for, right? Visually interesting.
Yeah. But what I thought for doing, if I do the train station, is instead of like this building, is if you look at it from this side here, the table goes like this.
Yeah, how it escalates. You got this level, then the next level, then the next level, then the next level.
And the other one, I'd escalate like this. So having like the train tracks go through, and me too. Having the train tracks go through, and having a higher platform, because I'd have to base it on this height for the train tracks. And then I'd actually have like a higher hub, and then I'd build up. Have buildings that go like this instead of that one.
And they would be the train station buildings?
Yeah.
Is that
And
the
like,
idea?
Just all kinds of refineries and stuff for our other table.
Yeah, we did talk about the other 40K table being more like a refinery one, so you could always...
So I'd actually try to make the refinery table / mechanicum, whatever, and incorporate the tracks.
That way they can work together or separate if they need to. And the train blade could then go on either table because it won't be glued onto anything.
No, it'll be...
You can even do scenarios where it moves.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool. So that's your train station idea.
Yeah.
And what was your second favorite idea? If you weren't going to do the train station, because there was a few. There was like the blasted wasteland. That's kind of like the default. If we wanted to extend it, but we didn't have a lot of time, extend the track across, blast.
Bunch of craters and wreck tanks.
Or even just, it doesn't have to be blasted. It could just be.
Just going out into nature.
Just going out because we could say this is the outside of a hive city or something, and so you go out into the plains. You could do something interesting, like the end of it could be like an entrance to a tunnel. You could put some water features, things to make it visually appealing. You can put a couple little buildings, just a little.
Have like a transition from this terrain.
Yeah, slowly over to more dirt.
Yeah.
Maybe even to trees, although it's unlikely near a hive city for there to be living trees. Not any good-looking ones, at least.
No.
So that's like the basic, and you can kind of play around with that basic. So, was there any others that kind of struck you as an interesting idea?
Not that I can remember right now.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure there were.
There was the train station. There was the blasted one, or just like the planes. There was one other that I liked, and now I'm forgetting what it was because I'd read it like a week ago, or a few days ago, whenever it went up. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
For now.
For now. Yeah, if we ever decide to do it, we'll look at the comments again, because honestly, a lot of things have been incorporated from the comments, which is kind of fun. So a lot of things like...
Yeah, I mean, like I've said before, if I read a good comment, I'll incorporate it in.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, like you redid the legs for that because of comments. I think the comments were talking about how the crane looked out of place now that it wasn't as tall.
I think that was just you.
Was that just me?
I think it was just you.
Okay, but I might have been influenced by a comment or two.
But a lot of people have been commenting on like how I can make it taller.
Yeah, that's true, because we
I
talked
did
about
it like the next day before the video came out. So by the time you actually saw the video, this was done.
Right. That's how fast the bastions get put together. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because there's no finagling. You just have to put them together.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
thanks for your comments, though.
No, we've been definitely following the comments. So the next step will be to glue down your bits and pieces all over the board, turn it into concrete, and finalize that, after which you'll be ready for painting.
I might actually paint it in pieces before I glue them down, just the bottom piece.
Right.
Because...
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
If you want to put it into your airbrush booth, especially. If you're able to fit stuff into there.
No, I'll just take them outside and spray them.
Awesome. And then so probably sometime in July, we're going to be covering the painting of the Epic 40K table. Well, that's all we got. It's a shorter episode today because there's not as much to show you, but we did want to give you an update because for the next few weeks you won't be seeing any updates. Yep. So you can stay tuned for more building of an Epic 40K table. Thanks, Lee, for showing us around. And let us know any suggestions or comments for anything else you'd like to see for it. Thanks for watching. Happy wargaming.